The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to another Goldmine 101, our regular series of short presentations giving you hints and tips for getting the most out of GoldMine CRM. And in this session, I'm going to cover the Wizard Systems hosting solution, which we're just launching this year. Very relevant in the current situation with the current pandemic. So if you're working from home, if you've got your colleagues working from home, you don't want to have the burden or responsibility of looking after your own server, or you want other applications, not just Goldmine, you want other applications to work as if they're in the cloud, then this session is for you. So good morning. For those of you listening live, my name is Tim Wilmot, Wizard Systems. We are a leading supplier of a number of different CRM solutions, including Goldmine. And we help out many small and mid-sized organizations improve their sales, productivity, marketing, and customer service through the use of simple and affordable solutions like Goldmine. Now, this is just an overview of our hosted solution. If what you hear on this session is of interest to you, we will contact you back and discuss your requirements in a bit more detail and give you exact costs and so on. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel. I'll do my best to answer those at the end. Also at the end, I'll give you an update on any Goldmine product news for you as of early February 2021. And this call is being recorded. Those listening live, you'll get a link to the recording, which you can play back when you want to, and also be up on our YouTube channel as well. Just go up to YouTube, do a search for Wizard Systems, or one word, you'll see loads of other Goldmine videos up there. So brief mention about ourselves. We're a leading supplier of solutions like Goldmine. We've been doing a long time. We've implemented well over 3,000 Goldmine installations, and we provide the complete service solution. Anything you need as regards Goldmine, we can provide that for you. Upgrades, training, of course, that's all online right now, and support for Goldmine as well. We've got a friendly, responsive help desk service here ready to answer your calls. So please contact us if you need any Goldmine support or any Goldmine questions there. So the Wizard Systems hosting solution, a way of getting your Goldmine in the cloud. Now, some of you may be doing this already, so apologies there. But this is a way, right now, Goldmine has to be installed on a server. You may have Goldmine on your own server. It may be in an office location right now, and it might be difficult for you to get to your office on a regular basis, or it might be a burden to you to have to maintain and look after your server. So this is a service that we're offering to our Goldmine customers where you are essentially renting a server. So you don't need your physical server in the office anymore. You don't need to worry about doing backups every night. You don't need to worry about the latest Microsoft upgrade and the downtime to you and your colleagues for that. We are looking after all of that. And we're taking your Goldmine wherever it is right now, and we're putting it on our fully maintained server. And you rent this service on a monthly basis. So there is little change to the way you access and use Goldmine. Whatever you've got right now in the office, or however you're accessing your office Goldmine, that will be exactly the same going forward. It may give you some extra capabilities, particularly around the access area where you can access this from wherever you are. So very, very simple, very reliable, very secure. So on my little diagram here, this is you on the left-hand side with your Goldmine system and what other applications you've got. And then we're here on the right-hand side, this fully maintained file server or file servers, depending on your requirements and wherever you are, almost whatever device. You can even access it through your browser. You can access your Goldmine system. Okay, well, let me just take you through it. Well, you could access this from your browser. We've got a few clients doing that. So from their browser, they log on to an address, and they're given very securely the applications. I've only got one here, but if you imagine there are lots of other icons here representing other applications, say like Sage 50. That would be another one. It doesn't have to be just Goldmine. It could be your other accounting applications there as well. The more popular way of accessing it would be a shortcut on your desktop. Okay, so your colleague, you would click on that icon to launch it. You're prompted for your network username and password. Let me just type that in here. And that would allow you to access your particular server. Let me just do that again. And that will access your Goldmine system. You get straight into Goldmine. Depending on how you've got it set up, that would log you into your Goldmine system. But you are now in Goldmine exactly as you had it before. This is Goldmine actually in or on your own server, together with any other Office applications as well. So if you link to Word, you link to Excel, you link to Outlook, that would be exactly the same. Now, we did cover the other week another way of accessing Goldmine remotely, and that was Goldmine Web. You could still have that as another option if you wanted to access Goldmine via your browser. That would be possible for you. There are other options apart from this. There is Go Global. So if you still wanted your server, if you still wanted to look after your server, then we do supply a low-cost software solution which you install on your server called Go Global. And that allows you to, again, remotely access any application on your server in a very secure way, even via your browser as well. So we've got Goldmine Web as remote access options, Goldmine Web built into Goldmine. We have the Wizard Systems hosting service here. We also have Go Global. There is also, and I don't think many people still use this, but there is also remote synchronization. That's where you can have your own local copy of Goldmine, and all of the data on that local copy of Goldmine, and then you synchronize with the central location of Goldmine, wherever Goldmine is on another server, you synchronize in the background to keep yourselves up to date. So that still is very much a part of Goldmine. So there's about 4 different ways of accessing Goldmine remotely. But if you want to get your Goldmine into the cloud, in inverted commas, this is not a true cloud Goldmine. This is just you renting a server, a bit like, it's a bit like leasing a car in a way. You're getting a fully maintained vehicle or server with Goldmine on it. So that very simply is Goldmine, hosted Goldmine on a hosted server, looked after by Wizard Systems. As we now do, if you've got any questions around this service, please pop that into the question box in the meeting control button. I'll do my best to answer that. So very simply there again, we've got the diagram of how the system works. Very, very simple. A number of different ways of logging on very securely onto your remote system. Yes, so if you've got any questions around this capability, please pop those into the question box. So first question from Will, how long does the installation take? Well, there is some background setup of the server for you. So depending on your requirements, there will be some background work in deploying the server for you. As regards Goldmine, that takes about an hour or two to move it from wherever it is right now to our new hosted server. So there would be a little bit of downtime, so to speak, but the whole process is, a lot of the process is done in the background with minimal disruption to your business, Will. Andy, is it our version of Goldmine that is used or the latest version? Andy, it is your existing version of Goldmine. That is a very good question. Whatever version of Goldmine you've got now, even if it's a really old, ancient version of Goldmine, that still will work, no problem at all. I should say about the cost. It's difficult to give an exact cost. There is a setup cost for this hosting solution, this hosting service, and then there's an ongoing monthly cost. The ongoing monthly cost can be based on the number of users or the number of concurrent users. So if you've got, when I say concurrent users, if you've got people on furlough, or some people working a couple of days a week, for example, or job share, or part-time workers, that could be quite flexible with our concurrent pricing. It normally averages out about 40 or 50 pounds per user per month, roughly. So that is just an example of the pricing there, excluding the initial setup. As I say, a conversation with you would be able to establish exactly what the costs would be. Question from Mark. How does the Goldmine Cloud work with QuoteWorks? Can you still pull through contact details to QuoteWorks from Goldmine? Yes, you can. There would be no change to that whatsoever, Mark. Any other application that you've got Goldmine integrated with, that would have to be, I would imagine, would have to be moved to your hosted server as well. And that's why it's difficult to give on this session exact cost, because everyone's implementation of Goldmine is different. Some people are using Goldmine in a very simple way, others in a bit more elaborate, and they may link to one or many applications, including a popular one like QuoteWorks. But it will work, Mark, in exactly the same way, no difference whatsoever. Question from Jerry. We have Goldmine, QuoteWorks, and Gold 50 Sage on the server at the moment. We also have Sage 50 on the same server. If we moved everything to us other than Sage 50, would the software packages be able to talk to each other? Jerry, I'm not sure about the Sage 50. If Sage 50, I think we need to have a conversation with you, but if one application remained somewhere else and the other three or other two or three moved to the new hosted server, that would be difficult for me to say here and now, but we'll have a conversation with you, Jerry, after this call. Next question, Yuval, what about the Outlook email link? Exactly, that's going to work a bit like QuoteWorks. That's going to work exactly the same way. As long as your Goldmine complies or is compatible with the version of Outlook 365 you're using, then that will work. In the costs of the monthly access will be included, also your Microsoft licensing will be included there. So if you're using Teams, Outlook, Word, Excel, all those other Office applications, that all is bundled into that monthly cost for you. So you don't need to worry about any of the Microsoft licensing, but as long as however your Goldmine works now with the Outlook email integration, that should work in exactly the same way, no difference whatsoever. Right, I don't think there's any more questions coming through there, so thanks very much for those. Just remains for me to thank you for your time today, those listening live. So watch out for a recording as well, which we will send to you via email. Just to update you on latest news as of early Feb. So we are still offering Goldmine training online right now. Our training center will be open when it is safe to do so for you to come and visit us for more face-to-face training, but it's all online at the moment. Latest release of Goldmine is 2020.1. The only way of getting upgrades for Goldmine is to make sure you've got a maintenance contract. Going back to the hosted service, you will still have costs for Goldmine maintenance, again, depending on the size of your Goldmine system, the number of users or the number of licenses you've got, then that will be an extra thing on top of the monthly cost. So just bear that in mind, and your different support levels from Wizard Systems. So hopefully that's been of interest to you. If you would like more information on our hosting service to get your Goldmine and other applications into the cloud, in inverted commas, for you, then please contact us. If you've got any suggestions for future topics, please email that to me. My name is Tim Wilmot, tim@wizard-systems.com. There's other ways of getting access to us, including our YouTube channel, Wizard Systems, where you can see many other Goldmine videos. So thanks very much for those of you watching live. Catch up with you next week. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.